The wedding of Will Turner and Elizabeth Swann is ruined by the arrival of Lord Cutler Becket of the East India Trading Company, who has warrants out for their arrest, as well as ex-Commodore James Norrington for assisting Captain Jack Sparrow in evading execution. Elizabeth is imprisoned as Becket bargains with Will to find Jack and retrieve his compass, which can point in the direction of what a person most wishes. At the same time, Jack Sparrow informs his crew on the Black Pearl that they would be searching for a mystery key. A reincarnated Bootstrap Bill Turner, Will's long-deceased father, approaches Jack and reveals that he is now part of the crew of the Flying Dutchman, captained by Davy Jones, and Jack must repay his debt to him, Jack asking Jones to raise his ship from the depths and make him captain for 13 years. Bootstrap also informs Jack that the Kraken will be dispatched to pursue him. Jack, in a panic, sails the Black Pearl to the nearest land. Will searches for Jack, finally discovering the Black Pearl Island Pelagosto, where a cannibal tribe worships Jack as a god and plans to devour him. Jack, Will, and the other crew members flee the island, joined by Pintel and Rigetti, former Black Pearl crew members who escaped execution. Elizabeth escapes jail with the assistance of her father, Weatherby Swan, but he is apprehended, and Elizabeth is dispatched by Becket to deliver letters of marque to Jack in exchange for the compass. Jack and his crew pay a visit to voodoo priestess Tia Dalma, who informs them that the key unlocks the dead man's chest, which contains Davy Jones' cut-out heart. Jones possesses the key. Tia also sends Jack a jar of soil to shield him from Jones, who is cursed to come into contact with land only once every 10 years. When Jack discovers a wrecked ship, he sends Will on board to settle his debt with Jones. Wood is taken by the Flying Dutchman's fish-like crewman, and Davy Jones reunites with Jack, requiring him to gather 100 souls in 3 days or his contract would be called off. Will is drafted and meets his father, Bootstrap Bill, on the Dutchman. Will manages to steal the key from Jones while he is sleeping after fooling him into divulging the position of the key, and departs the ship with the promise to rescue Bootstrap. Elizabeth and a drunken Norrington join Jack and his men in Tortuga. Becket wants the compass to seek the chest and use Jones' heart to control him and kill all piracy on the high seas. Jack and his first mate Joshua Gibbs realize. Will seek safety on a commerce ship, but the Kraken destroys it. The Black Pearl arrives at Isla Cruces, where the chest is concealed, and Jack, Elizabeth, and Norrington retrieve it. Will enters with the key, intending to stab the heart in order to rescue his father, oblivious to the fact that whoever stabs the heart becomes the next captain of the Flying Dutchman. Norrington wants the heart to reclaim his place in the Navy, whilst Jack wants to become immortal, able to sail the oceans forever. The debate over the fate of the heart quickly erupts into a three-way sword fight between Jack, Will, and Norrington. While Pintel and Rigetti are attempting to steal the chest, Jones' crew arrives on the island, forcing Elizabeth, Pintel, and Rigetti to battle alongside each other, resulting in the chest being dropped. Jack opens the chest, discovers the heart within, and hides it in the dirt jar Tia Dalma gave him. Norrington whisks away the heart and the letters of marque, leaving Jack with the impression that the heart is still in the jar. Later, the Flying Dutchman attacks the Black Pearl, which escapes until it is assaulted by the Kraken. Jack tries to flee, but returns to aid in the Battle of the Kraken, hurting it with an explosion, but the ship is severely damaged and the majority of the crew has died, leaving only Jack, Will, Elizabeth, Gibbs, Pintel, Rigetti, Cotton, and Marty. Jack orders everyone to evacuate ship, but Elizabeth, realizing the Kraken is only interested in Jack and not the ship or crew, binds him to the mast to secure everyone else's safety. Jack manages to free himself, but the Kraken appears behind him. In a final act of defiance, Jack throws himself into the Kraken's throat, and the monster drags the pearl to the depths, which Jones observes through his telescope. Jones then opens the chest to discover that the heart is missing, which Norrington delivers to Beckett. The Black Pearl survivors return to Tia Dalma, who suggests they fetch Jack from the afterlife but recommends a captain who is familiar with those waters. To everyone's surprise, a resurrected Captain Barbossa appears, inquiring about the fate of his ship,